Hello there. The level 50 quest that starts the Heavensward expansion for goldsmithing is Form to the Formless, given to us by Serendipity in the Goldsmith Guild in Ul'dah. Here we go. Mercy, just the woman I was hoping to see. And I'm not saying that just to be nice, mind you. Just to be nice. Mind you, I do pride myself on being nice. You recruit more apprentices with honey than vinegar, after all. But where was I? You know what's funny about that saying? I think there have been experiments that do show that flies are attracted, which is the saying. The saying goes, you attract more flies with honey than vinegar. I think there are experiments saying that you do attract more flies with honey rather than vinegar. However, you attract way more flies with rotting meat. Like if you want to create a fly catching trap, like I've seen it on farms or like near chicken coops. It was a rotten meat trap. Very, very effective. But yeah. But where was I? Oh, of course. She says that too. Where was I? There's a certain someone I'd like to introduce you to. Introduce to you, sorry. A special someone at that. His name is Marcel, and he's in charge of handling commissions from some of Eshtaime's most prestigious clients. That's E, Sam, H, Tom, A, I, Mary, E, apostrophe Sam. Eshtaime's? We're talking the elite of the elite here. Marcel's clients expect nothing less than the finest, which means that Marcel trusts only our guild's most accomplished to fill his orders. Getting the call from Marcel is a sure sign that you've made it in the goldsmithing world. Sorry, I got this. But I'm sure you can see where this is going, Mercy. It seems your fine work has earned you something of a reputation. With that, plus a vote of confidence from little old me, Marcel has personally requested your services for his latest commission. Why, he's waiting for you at Eshtaime's Aesthetics even as we speak. You're excited, aren't you? I know I'm excited. I don't like it when people like give you leading questions about how you feel. Do you feel excited that this is gonna happen? I don't like that. I don't know why. Just let me feel what I'm feeling and don't make me feel bad for not feeling what you think I should feel. Anyway, here's Marcel. A very well postured, I think, man. Kind of tight hair. I don't know, whatever. Kind of monocle. Hands clasped in front of his stomach, like in a very gentlemanly way? I don't know. Valkyr, is it? I am Marcel of Eshtaime's. Charmed, I'm sure. I nod to him. And doubtless you have already heard from Mistress Serendipity, and in far too many words. I will be brief. A most important client of mine has commissioned a work of supreme significance, and you will have the privilege of contributing to its creation. Note that I say contribute. I ask you not to take full responsibility, a task which would doubtless prove beyond you at this stage of your career. Yes, you need not fear, for I will be here to guide you in every step of the process, to help you grow from a mere craftsman to a creator of genius, as it were. With that, let us get down to business. The order comes from the wife of a high-ranking officer of the Immortal Flames. The anniversary of their bonding draws near, and this most refined madam would gift her beloved spouse with a memento of singular beauty and meaning. As the lady tells it, her husband is a hardened warrior who, despite his lofty rank, rarely leaves the front lines, where he tirelessly leads his men against the Amalj'aa. Their anniversary day will mark a brief but welcome respite from the battlefield, his first in moons. As for the exact nature of the gifts, she entrusts this entirely to us, as my clients are wont to do. Most believe that no mundane idea of their own could compete with the sheer genius and inspiration of Eshtaime's agents and artisans, an assumption which is true more often than not. But what shall we create, At times like this, I think back to the words of my mentor, a renowned goldsmith I had the honor of working with when I first came to Eshtaime's some years ago. My mouth still isn't decided how to pronounce Eshtaime's. Eshtaime's, maybe? To give form to that which is formless, and breathe a warm, beating heart into the coldest of metal. This is the goldsmith's true calling, the master would always say. His words have never failed to inspire me, and I trust they will do the same for you. And yet rare indeed is that And yet rare indeed is it that inspiration comes entirely from within. In my own experience, I have found that reflecting upon these words, in the company of trusted friends and colleagues, oft proves enlightening. Being a woman's gift, perhaps Mistress Serendipity and Miss Momodi and the Quicksand might have some insight to share. What say you consult them and return here with your impressions? Okay. Back to the Goldsmith Guild super quick. Talk to Serendipity to continue. Gigi is here, if that matters. Oh, mercy, back so soon? I trust you've met with Marcel, yes? Is he still wearing that silly monocle? He says it's to make him look more refined, that he might better impress his customers. Just between you and me, I find it oh so slightly pretentious, but, oh yes, do tell me about your assignment. To give form to that which is formless, and breathe a warm beating heart into the coldest of metal, why, that was the very challenge my master posed to me when I set off on my own as a goldsmith. It would seem his words resonated deeply with Marcel as well, to realize that ideal in one's own work is the sign of a truly first-rate goldsmith, or so my master always said. Oh, I just put the wrong emphasis on some of those. To realize that ideal in one's own work is a sign of the true. Yeah. That said, it is quite the riddle, is it not? That which is formless. Riddle, schmiddle, colors, scents, songs. Why, I could name 1,000 formless things in the time it would take for you to get your hammer out of your... Serendipity nods. You can stop right there, Gigi. That said, there's at least a smidgen of truth in what he says. There are all sorts of formless things that could be given form, which means that there's no single right answer. Form to the formless. It's up to you to find an answer to this riddle that will use your talents to the fullest and please your customer to boot. But if anyone can do it, Mercy, you can. Why, I can scarcely wait to see what you come up with. I just follow recipes, dude. I'm not a blueprint drawer. Adventures Guild to talk to Momodi. Free your mind and your mind will be free. Be colorblind and don't come for me. Here's Momodi, the Quicksand proprietress. If it ain't Mercy, wait, don't tell me. Come to consult with yours truly in matters of the heart, mayhap? Work, you say? Well, that ain't half as fun now, is it? But I reckon I still might be able to help you some. Not that I'm much of an expert on gift giving, mind you. If I were, like as not, I wouldn't be standing behind this counter alone, if you catch my meaning. Many say it's best to go straight to the source, but things ain't always so simple. Just ask one of my regulars. She asked her beau what he wanted for his name day, and do you know what he said? A fond memory, mayhap. A memory? They don't sell those at Eshtaime's, last I checked. Which isn't to say that I don't understand what he was getting at. In the end, it's not the gift itself that matters, but the feelings behind it. Hardened warrior or no, when he returns from the battlefield to see his beloved waiting for him with open arms, he'll be moved by anything she has to offer. But this customer of yours and her husband are getting on in their years, no? Strikes me the ideal gift would be one that serves to reaffirm the bond they already share. A keepsake of sorts that would call to mind the day when the spinner first brought them together. Seems to me that'd be as good a starting point as any, wouldn't you say? I do agree that is smart. It's very smart. I actually don't know what the I think it's still the Goldsmith Guild. Okay. Back to Marcel for the turn-in and a cutscene. To give form to that which is formless, and breathe a warm, beating heart into the coldest of metal. Well, Valkyr, I trust you have given these words due thought since last we spoke. I explained what I've figured out, learned, whatever. So you have spoken with Mistress Serendipity and Miss Momodi? Excellent. I would have your thoughts on... but that can wait. A client honors us with her presence. He walks away from the scene. The scene transfers over to Jeweled Peak, who is a Rogadin female, wearing like robes with a lot of like gold filigree in their black robes. Has a gold sash around her waist. Good day, Marcel. I have business nearby, and I thought I would pay a visit. Milady, as ever, you honor us with your presence and grace us with your beauty, and you could not have picked a better time. Allow me to introduce Miss Valkyr, the goldsmith who will be assisting me in the crafting of the masterpiece to be you have ordered. To give form to that which is formless, and breathe a warm, beating heart into the coldest of metal, such is the ideal we at Eshtaime strive to achieve with our work. A color, a scent, a melody, all lacking in form, but indelibly tied to our memories. The artistic process continues to unfold as we speak, but you have my word that the finished product will be fit for one of your surpassing aesthetic sensitivities. And I am pleased indeed to hear that, but if you're trying to win my favor with those flowery words, Marcel, I fear I'm already spoken for. But speaking of memories and melodies, my husband and I have always shared a love for the ballads of the songstresses of Ulda. Do we all not share such a love, milady? She's like 2 heads taller than him. Her pants, she's like wearing what I would call like sneaker boots. Like I would see these on the youths in like schools, and kind of puffy pants. And yet I fear that even the most skilled goldsmith would be hard pressed to give form to a piece of. But wait. I've got it. By Nald and Thal, I've got it. A music box of gold. How simply divine! A music box that would play a melody from our younger days. Why, I could not have dreamed up a more perfect gift in 100 years. I nod as well. Your words hearten me, milady, but I must give credit where due. It is a stroke of inspiration that would not have come to me without the assistance of Miss Valkyr here. Into a vessel of the purest gold we shall carve a melody that will carry you and your husband back to your precious day when the spinner guided you to each other. I fear I must ask for your patience a while longer, milady. Rest assured that we will spare no effort in creating the perfect gift for your most special of days. She nods, gives a bow. She turns and leaves the cutscene. And that's quest over. 210,600 experience points, 517 gil, which is not a lot in comparison to the others, 120 wind crystals, and 3 more commercial engineering manuals that are good up until, like, they have a full effect up to 70, and still have a pretty good effect 70 plus, so. Next quest is at 53, which we're already there, but I have 2 more level 50 quests to do. I'm gonna do Alchemy right now, followed by Minor. And Marcel and I, thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed, and bye-bye for now.